So I'll be brief. Let the contest begin.
There we go. A little upside down. There we go. Speaker number one, Moises Olivares. The 4 questions that changed my life. The 4 questions that changed my life. Moises Olivares.
The 4 questions that changed my life. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters, dignitaries, and most welcome guests. Some people believe in luck, and some other people believe in destiny. I believe in destiny, and I'll tell you why. It was the year 2001, and I joined a multi-level company, and one of the things that we learned there was that you have to attend a lot of trainings. And I would do everything my outline would tell me I had to do so I could become a millionaire. Did I become a millionaire? No. No. But something very important happened during the time I was at the company, and especially about the trainings, because the trainings helped me to change my mindset. So being at one of the trainings, I was sitting in the front row, just like one of my fellow Toastmasters here, and the speaker was giving his speech, and I was putting a lot of attention, and all of a sudden he looked at me and said, "Moises, can I ask you a couple of questions?" And I said, "Yes." Honestly, inside of my head I was thinking, why do you have to ask me when you have about 100 people in the room? At the time, my self-esteem was on the floor, and I was very shy. So the last thing I wanted to do was to answer questions in front of an audience. But not only that, I was also thinking, this guy not only is a great speaker, but he must be also a mind reader. How does he know my name? Then I realized I had a name tag. So he proceeded to ask, "Moises, was your great-grandfather a successful person?" That was the first question. And I said, "No." "Moises, is your grandfather a successful person?" That was question number 2. And my answer again was no. Question number 3. "Moises, is your father a successful person?" No. Then he looked at me in the eye and asked, "Moises, now, the most personal question, are you a successful person?" Moises, I would be surprised if your answer was yes, because success is something that's learned. And if your great-grandfather was not a successful person, your grandfather is not a successful person, and your father is not a successful person, why would you have to be? There hasn't been no one in your family that could teach you how to be successful. But you know what, Moises? I have great news for you. And those news are that as an individual, you are responsible for your actions, your decisions, and your results. And your success is going to be determined by the books you read and the people you surround yourself with. At the time, I was not reading books at all. And the people I was surrounding myself with was not the best. And it was when I started reading books and hanging with the right crowd. And then my life changed. And that's why I believe in destiny. Because people could say it's a coincidence. Do you think it was a coincidence that I joined that company? Do you think it was a coincidence that I had to be there at that training that day? Do you think it was a coincidence that that speaker asked me, had to ask me the questions? No. The destiny put me there. I had to be there to listen to those 4 questions that changed my life. And now I know that my success depends on the books that I read and the people I surround yourself with. That's why I'm here today. But, you know, a lot of people could say, yeah, well, you know, it's a coincidence and it happens. But now I'm gonna tell you a true story that proves my point of success is something that's learned. Jose is a friend of mine, and he was a cook for many years. And he says that one day when he got home, he put his apron and his cook hat on the side of the couch. His son, 3-4 years at a time, ran towards him, put him on, and pretended to be him, and said, yes, when I grow up, I'm gonna be just like my dad. I'm going to cook a lot of fries. I'm going to make a lot of hamburgers and a lot of burritos. Jose says that when he saw that, he asked himself, is this what I'm teaching my son? Is this what I want for him? He knew that he had to do something, but he didn't know what. But the next day someone told Jose, we're having an intensive leadership training this weekend. Would you like to come? And he said, yes, sign me in. So Jose attended to that training, and he came out of that training as a different person and thinking totally different. And he took it so serious that he ended up being part of this book. This book was written by 13 people, me being one of them. Bad news for you, it's only available in Spanish, so for those of you But see, again, your life changed when you ask yourself, what can I do? And then things happen. In this case, Jose knew he had to do something, but he didn't know what. Coincidence, next day, someone tells Jose, would you like to join a leadership training? He said yes. Probably somebody else had offered that to him in the past, but he didn't put attention because he wasn't ready. So, I don't know you. I probably know your faces. I recognize your face. If I see you somewhere, I probably know your names. But I don't know about your dreams. I don't know about your goals. I don't know how many times you have tried and failed. But you need to know that it doesn't matter where you are today. That does not determine until where you can get. Where you are today just marks the starting point. But it doesn't determine until where you can get. But you have to remember two things. One of them is you're destined to do great things. There's no doubt about it. And number two, you have to remember that your success will be determined by the books you read and by the people you surround yourself with. Mr. Toastmaster.
Yeah.